Hello, everybody. Welcome into Liberty First Credit Union Arena for the Sunday morning matchup between your Omaha Junior Lancers and the Mason City Mohawks. Thanks for joining us. I'm Zach Kraus, Pat DiGusto, running the camera as usual. It was a shootout victory a night ago for your Omaha Junior Lancers against these Mohawks. They'll look to back it up with another 2 points. Same starting netminders as we had last night. Foster in goal for the Mohawks. Samard in net for the Junior Lancers. Off the draw, Yano pokes it past the defense and all the way into the Mason City zone. No icing, just checks up before the line. Medlin can't move it out of the zone, able to move it up for Barr. Again, he'll chip it out to center. Yano's line started things off. He was between Erstad and Ross as Erstad went for a quick change. Parker and Pink, the two D-men, starting things off as well. All red now across the line. Finds Ross across the blue line. He'll dump in and head for the change. All right on the forecheck, trying to move things into the corner. Knapp in there to help out. Throws one on net. Blocker to side by Foster. Another shot hit a body. In fact, that was Hanson coming out to challenge that shot, and it went up and out of play. So we'll get a face-off inside the Mason City zone here. 13:55 left to go in the first period. Cody Parsons in to take this face-off here with Scott. One back for Badura. He plays it around. Wynn crashing behind the net. Tried to center it. Was behind the target. And now Mason City will exit the other way. Here's Faber. Trying to get around. Badura can't quite get through. Played off into the corner. Now behind the net. Faber and Badura battling for it there. Scott comes in to help out. Thrown up the wall for Allred. Can't clear the zone. Now Badura, a bouncing puck, able to find its way out to center. Across the red, toe drags around one, then knocked off the puck by another. Played back out to center. Win up for Allred. He'll just get across the line and dump it in, head off for the change. Knapp's going to be the first one to it in the corner. Knocked off the puck. Mason City will start a breakout up the wall. Picked up by Bayer at the blue line, and now he'll cut it into the Omaha zone, poked free, and now Coborg gets across the red and flips it in. Hanson up the wall for Lloyd, went through him, but out of the zone. Ish there to throw it right back in. Medlin now starting to break out in his own zone. Being chased there by Mills. Threw it out in front and just tipped over the net by Coborg. Goes wide. Now Ish at the point. Only option was to throw it back in behind. Hanson, first one to it for Mason City. Throws it up the wall. Pink trying to pinch and hold. Mills on the recovery. Intercepted a pass. Now finds its way out to center. Thrown back in. Omaha will touch up. D to D, Ish for Pink. Tried to throw it off the wall. Intercepted there. Lloyd now in the corner with it. Threw it out in front. No one there. And Pink will head in behind and start a breakout. Across for Ish. He'll gain the red line and chip it in. Miller's first one to it in behind. Threw it out in front. Never made its way there. Then off the paddle, Foster makes another save. Rebound goes off into the corner. Sidoric in behind off the cycle. They'll leave it there for Miller. In front, Montiel Klein trying to stuff away at it underneath Foster, and he's able to get on top of it and get the whistle and keep it out of the back of the net. 11:41 left to go in this first period. We're still scoreless. Omaha getting the first few shots on net, unable to beat Foster just yet. Miller's line still out there between Newton and GMC. That's Sidoric out there. Played off the side of the net. Now bouncing puck. Foster's just going to reel this one in and get another whistle, and we'll get a face-off at the same spot. Wynn and Badura will step on to replace the D pair as we get set for this face-off on the far side in the Mason City zone. And now they're going to have Wynn buckle up his chin strap before we get play started again here. Miller and Rulo on the faceoff. Won by Mason City for Hansen. He'll wrap it around to this near side for Riley. Chipped off the wall, gets out of the zone. Back check there from Sidoric, knocks him free of the puck, and now Hansen trying to dump it in, knocked off his stick. And Luger and Newton will just pinch at it, and it'll go into the Mason City bench. Faceoff will come out to the neutral zone. Same two centers will step in for the draw. Tied up, goes back for Badura at the red line. He'll gain the zone, then just chips in. Luger back there moves it to the near side. Battle for it there in the corner, picked up by Mason City, and Rulo will exit. Cross the red, chipped in on net. Samard had to play it off. Win there to pick it up right in front of the crease. Up the wall, chipped by Medlin. Finds its way out of the zone. Riley will have to start the regroup. Gives it back for Barr again, knocked off of his stick by Miller, and now here comes Erstad walking in. Behind the defense, but just poked free before he could get a shot off. Win there to hold it at the line. Medlin now behind the net. Being chased by Ross, comes to the near side corner for Yano. Tried to cycle it, knocked free of the puck. Backhand try by Erstad, a good save from Foster. Rebound into the corner. Up for Scott, he'll just chip it out. Should have enough for icing as it's called on the Mohawks. 10:15 left to go in the first period. Still knotted up at 0. Off the draw, tied up and goes into the corner. Wrapped around to this near side. Held up there in the corner, and then Mason City just threw it out to the point. Parker there to hold. Now Faber moves it up ahead for Scott at the Omaha blue line. Gets behind Ish. Walks in, fires wide to the net as he got hammered there on the back check by Erstad. Puck stays in the Omaha zone. Faber swiping at it, can't hold the line, and now Ross heads back the other way. He'll chip it in and head off for the change. Mason City time to start a regroup. Hansen behind his own net. Went up the wall, but intercepted by Anzalone. Had it poked free. Now Faber goes across. Hit a couple of sticks still in the Mason City end. They'll just play it out to center. Parker there to pinball it back in. Hop off the gate there in the corner. Again, Allred picked it up there at the circle, went into the corner with it. Now we'll cycle it down low. Knapp walking towards the net, goes in behind. Right out in front, Parsons a try, saved by Foster. Nice pass in front for Allred, but a good stick lift from Mason City, and they're able to exit the zone. Parsons turns it over and heads right back into the slot, fires off the post. Medlin now with it in the corner. Pinched up there by Knapp. Now played in front. Allred swiping at it. Couldn't get a shot off. Now Parker will let one go. Hit a body in front. Still loose. Now Hayes will take it out of danger. Parsons on the forecheck. Keeps it down low. Allred in front. No one there. And Booland will pick up the loose puck for Mason City. Off the glass into the Omaha zone. No icing. Parker in the corner. Left it there, but Byer picks up. Working with Booland. Throws it out in front over a stick and goes to the point. Parker picks up in the corner. Headmans for Coburg, who chips it out of the zone. Oh, a weird change from Mason City allows Coburg the puck in the zone. Just couldn't complete the toe drag and get a shot off. Now into the corner. Played out in front. Montiel Klein on it. Just mishandled it before the shot and then poked free. First one to it, though. Montiel Klein keeps it in the corner. Wrapped around to this near side. Riley chips it out of the zone. Wynn turns around, up ice pass, intercepted by Barr. Again, he'll chip it back into the Omaha end. Riley chasing for Mason City. Knocks down Badura, no call. Now they will blow it down as Badura is still slow to get up. We'll see what the call here is. It's going to be on number 8, Emmett Riley. And they'll have a discussion with the linesman. It looks like it will be a board. They're going to get an extra player from the Mason City bench to serve the 2. So a 2 and a 10 to Emmett Riley. I assume a board was the call. So Omaha's going to get the first power play of the hockey game with 7:39 left to go in the first period. Face off one back. Erstad across the line for Sidoric. He'll just bump it into the corner for Yano. Circling around, goes up top for Erstad. Pitch and catch with Yano, but a bad pass exits the zone. A race for it now. Badura racing all the way back to get it. He'll turn and now start up ice. Has a lane to the net. Walks in behind. Fires and scores. Bryce Badura on the power play. Able to give the Junior Lancers the first lead of the game. It's 1-0. Draw the penalty and then take it all the way coast to coast and beat Foster to give the Junior Lancers a 1-0 lead. Number 75, Bryce Badura, on the board. Faber now off the draw. Backhands it in. Pink in the corner. Turns it over. Scott in front, looking for Faber. Couldn't get it on net. Now Medlin dumps it in. Mason City looking for a quick answer here after giving up the power play goal. Down low for Faber. Gets it around the defense. Didn't have any support there. And now Omaha able to clear it. Newton across the line. He'll throw it back into the Mohawk end. Lloyd, first one to it. Banks it around the wall. Parker down low, slowing things up a bit. Newton now in on the forecheck. Wrapped around to this near side. Funny hop to Pink at the point. Tipped in front, and Foster is just going to find the loose puck and smother it for the whistle. Miller and Booland on this faceoff here in the offensive zone for Omaha. Won by Mason City, but it goes into the corner. Luger couldn't move it up the wall. Held in there by Newton. He'll pinch up. Taken over by Luger. He'll head in behind his own net. Wrapped up this near side wall. Molstad able to move it out. Parker back in his own zone. Chips it off the wall and back out to center where Luger collects. Back in behind the Omaha net for Parker. He'll move it up the wall, starting the breakout. To the middle for Miller. Now Luger back in control. Off the wall for Pink. Plays it for Erstad at center. Now Ross can't move it in deep, taken over by Byer. Still tied up there at the Mason City blue line, then fired in. Luger behind the net starts to break out for Hahn. Tip pass finds its way out of the zone. Molstad chips it by Wynn into the Omaha end. Gets speed out from behind the net. He'll skate it all the way out himself, but can't chip it forward for Ross. Played back into the Omaha end. Anslow now will head in behind the net. Using that speed, he'll go all the way into the Mason City zone, trying to get around Luger and does. Fires, kicked away by Foster. Ross back up top. Wynn mishandled it a little bit, so he'll throw it down low into the corner. Flipped up by Medlin, can't get out of the zone. Ish there to backhand it into the corner. Flipped up, played by a high stick by Omaha. Scott in on the attack now. Plays it into the middle. Lloyd a try, saved by Samard. Rebound and another big save from 18 in the crease. Eli Samard, a big save on the rebound, keeps the 1-0 lead for Omaha with 4:38 left to go in the first period. Scott and Parsons now will step in for this face-off in the defensive zone. One back by Mason City. Thrown into the near side corner. Hahn and Pink racing for it, and then Pink took a penalty there. There may be some discussion on this, as the Mason City forward went awkwardly into the wall as well. Just 2 for rough. Hit him right before that danger zone where it could have been a board. So a 2 for rough on Pink will put Mason City back on the power, give them their first power play of the hockey game to try and tie this game back at 1. Beyer and Parsons will take this face off on the near side. One back by Mason City. Faber a try, goes wide to the net. Rouleau up top for Scott. Soft pass, able to get there. Up top for Scott. He'll walk the blue line, dish it back for Rouleau. They'll rotate around. Medlin now with it. Turns away from some pressure. Then forgot the puck for a moment. Badura couldn't get there in time. Mason City still in control. Across for Scott. Rolling puck off a shin pad. Knapp will turn and fire it out of the zone. Taken over by Knapp again, and he'll just chip it back into the corner. He's the first one to it. He'll play it in behind. Scott now takes over for the Mohawks. He'll start up ice. Across the blue line, takes a couple of stick checks. Faber picks up the loose puck. Tried to get it on net, but hit Parker's pad. And back in behind. Halfway through the Mason City power play. Up top, Medlin a try. Kicked out by Samard and into the corner. Beyer down low for Faber. Waits as they complete a change. Faber still with it in the corner. Up top for Beyer at the top of the circle. Back down low. Just holding it there in the corner. Bad angled try off the side of the net. Bouncing puck for Beyer. Finds its way past him for Allred, and he'll just skate this one all the way out. Around the defense. Now in behind the Mason City net. Trying to tie it up there in the corner. Gets worked free, and now Rouleau will start back the other way. It's a behind-ish. Walks in front. Nice save there by Samard. And another penalty on the Junior Lancers. An interference call. I believe, who's that going to be on? I believe it's on Yano. Finished his hit after the shot and drawing the penalty. So a 5-on-3 for 9 seconds coming up for Mason City before they'll have another power play. .239 left to go here in this first period. Omaha holding on to the 1-0 lead. Mason City controlling the faceoff. They'll move it up top for Hansen. Back down low for Lloyd. Goes back up top. Hansen again walking. Fires. Hit a body in front. Goes into the corner. Omaha gets a man back. 5-on-4 now for 1:45 seconds. Up top for Hansen. Down low for Barrigan. Down low Lloyd in front for Hahn. Just goes wide of the net. Barrigan with it. Cuts towards the net. Goes down low. Lloyd with it. Spinning around in front. Shot. Saved by Samard. Rebound finds Pink. He'll turn and move it up ice for Ross. But can't complete the pass. Now Lloyd cutting in. Pokes free from him. Now a loose puck in front of the Omaha bench. Ross gets to it. He'll pinch it up. Down low for Badura. Across for Pink. Couldn't get there in time. Mason City holds the zone. Lloyd in front. Couldn't connect on the pass. Held in at the point by Hansen. He'll slow it down and set it up. Barrigan up top for Luger. Walks in and fires off a stick, then right to Erstad, and he'll backhand it all the way down. 45 seconds left to go in the Mason City power play. Iced all the way down. No, it's waved off. It's going to work out for Omaha, though, as they get to the loose puck, and Pink will play it up for Erstad as they kill more time off this power play. Medlin now waits behind his net. Dropped it off there. Here's Scott working up the wall. Tried to chip it around Badura. Now Faber takes over. Takes a hit and chips it in. 15 seconds left to go in the power play. Across for Pink. He'll just turn and fire it up ice. Good stick from Scott. Kept it from going all the way down, though, as they'll regain the zone. Power play over. Yano out of the box. Scott now will tee one up from the point. Goes over the net. Final 30 seconds here in the period. Badura picks up a loose puck. He's the goal scorer for Omaha here in the first period. Pokes free by Medlin. He'll chip it out to center. Miller backhands it on net, and Foster's just going to glove on it and get a whistle here with 14 seconds left to go in this first period. Miller will step in for this late period draw with Booland. Tried to go on net with it. It gets tied up and goes into the corner. Luger up the wall, looking for Molstad, able to get out of the zone. Looking for Hahn, hopped over his stick into the Omaha corner. And a delayed call coming up. I believe it's going to be on Mason City, so I think Omaha's going to be on the power play as we'll start the second period. We'll be back. More Junior Lancer hockey coming up on the Omaha Hockey Network. Welcome back to Liberty First Credit Union Arena for start of the second period. Omaha's going to start with a power play, an interference call to Mason City's A.J. Boulin. Will give Omaha their second power play of the game. Coborg into the middle for Parsons. He'll turn and try and set up. Went off a stick and out of the zone. Knapp back on the retrieve. Dropped off for Allred. Now he'll gain the line. Cuts in behind the Mason City net. Now he'll look to set things up. Still circling around. Fires one towards the net down low for Coborg off his stick in behind. He'll settle things down low. Getting help there with Parsons. Now up top for Knapp. Looking towards the net and fires. Goes in! I don't think Parsons got a piece of it, but he just came right in front of Foster's vision at the last second and gave the screen as the puck went over the shoulder and into the back of the net. Another power play goal for the Junior Lancers. They're 2 for 2 this morning and now have a 2-goal lead. The late screen from Parsons took the vision away from Foster as the puck just kind of fluttered over his shoulder from Knapp. The power play goal for the Junior Lancers gives them a 2-0 lead. Played back into the Omaha end for Parker. In front for Coburg. Chipped off the wall at center. Medlin using that long reach to slow it down a bit. Now Rulo across the red line and in. Ish from behind his net wrapped up the wall for Montiel Klein. Just played it farther up but held in by Rulo. Wrapped to this near side. Parker trying to play it out and does. Medlin now at his own blue line. Chips it up ahead. Intercepted and taken over by Ish. Can't move it in deep though. Mason City takes over. Byer back the other way, using the speed to cut around Parker. It's walled up there in the corner. Played off the wall, not out though. Parker controlling. Across for Mills, trying to sidestep a hit. Still in control. Byer there to hold the line. Backhanded on net, kicked away by Samard. Oh, and then played on the side of the net, went to go behind. But Samard had to be careful there as he couldn't be caught sleeping. And then a too many men called on Omaha. A bad change as the puck went right in front of their bench. Yano played it as Coburg was coming off. And now Mason City will get a chance at their third power play of the game. A sloppy change from the Omaha bench gives Mason City a chance to claw back to within one on the power play here. Scott's going to step in to take the draw for the Mohawks. Erstad in there for Omaha. Played out to the Mason City point. Hansen there holding. Across the line for Medlin. Walks down into the corner with it. Buying time, moves it up top for Scott. Walking down low, now heads in behind. Stuff attempt saved by Samard. Still loose at the side. Now up top for Medlin. Walks in and fires off a body into the corner. Played in behind by Ross. He'll wait and then just throw it up the wall right for Mason City's point. Thrown in wide of the net. Scott now on the retrieval. Walks up the blue line, but miscommunication there, comes out of the zone. Medlin now with it. He'll regain the line. Trying to chip around Badura, goes into the corner. Played off the back of the net, still loose. Mason City on it. Out in front, a bouncing puck, still loose in the crease, and then Omaha on it. They'll fire it all the way down, halfway through the Mason City power play. Hansen peels away from pressure. Now starts back up ice, looking for the cross ice pass, finds Medlin. Into the Omaha zone, a stick handle behind Badura, had a lane to the net, but just mishandled it. Picked up by Omaha and fired back all the way down. Rulo waiting in behind. Now we'll start the breakout. Stretch pass, win there to shut it down, and Sidoric jumps on the loose puck. Can't get it all the way down. Rulo walled it up there. He'll just pitch it back for his defense. Luger now on the regroup for Byer. Poked free by Pink, then sent back to the Mason City zone. Final 10 seconds to go in their power play. Across the red line, now trying to backhand it in. Played back for the Mason City defense. Rulo, Omaha back to full strength. And a bouncing puck stays in play. Medlin now trying to move it into the Omaha zone, just back and forth in the neutral zone here. Tossed in by Byer. Faber trying to get the first one there for Mason City. Played up the wall by Omaha. Bouncing puck, Miller couldn't hang on to it. A backhand try, gets out of the zone. And then redirected off of Omaha into the Mason City bench. But the faceoff's going to stay in the neutral zone here. 10-13 left to go in the second period. Ryan Knapp scoring the last goal on the power play from Allred and Parsons to give Omaha the 2-0 lead. Draw controlled by Mason City. Luger off the wall looking for Hayes. Can't connect with him. Now tied up there at the blue line. Still battling away for it. Comes across the blue line. Lloyd tried to get there first. Had his stick lifted by Newton. And now Omaha enters the Mason City zone. Sidoric, first one to it. Now moves it up the wall. Luger able to pick up an exit for Mason City. Good stick there from Newton. Holds the zone. Shot on, but a glove save by Foster will slow things down, and he'll get the whistle halfway through this second period. Looks like both teams are going to get some fresh lines out there now. Parsons line out there. He's between Allred and Knapp. Wynn and Pink at the blue line. Face off, one back shot on by Knapp. Saved by Foster. Couldn't locate the rebound, but he had it tied up in his equipment for the whistle anyways. We'll get a draw at the same spot. Faber is going to step in for Mason City to take the draw against Parsons. One for Pink. He'll throw it behind the net. Parker in low. Centering try, just bounced over a stick. Now Knapp there to move it back low into the corner. Medlin wraps around the far side. Off the glass, and now a break for Mason City the other way, 2-0. Faber, backdoor for Bargan, but a diving play by Parker breaks up the pass and moves it behind the net. And then a centering feed, Samard just hops on it to get the whistle. A great play there made by Parker. Diving on the back check to break up the pass and stop the Mason City rush. Faber now stepping in against Parsons, this time in the Omaha end. One back by Omaha, wrapped around for Allred on the near side. He'll just chip it out to center for Parsons. Knapp will stay on side as Medlin controlling in his own zone. Wraps it around to the near side for Riley. Off the glass, played by a high stick. Ish won't touch it just yet. Played by Mason City, back for their defense. Medlin now into the Omaha zone, trying to get around Ish, knocked off the puck. And now Allred chipped out to center. Starts Parsons the other way, trying to get around Luger. Fires a shot, it goes in. Looks like that one handcuffs Foster a little bit. Just over his elbow, beats him over the glove. And Omaha extends their lead. It's 3-0. Cody Parsons, the latest goal scorer, firing that one over the glove of Foster, making it 3-0 Omaha here halfway through the hockey game. Chipped off the glass and controlled by Ross. Tried to play it up for Erstad, but makes its way into the Mason City zone. Held in at the point. Molstad trying to move it out. Played out for Ish. Across the red line, trying to move it back into the zone. Taken over by Hansen. Back and forth right there along the blue line. Now played up for Hahn. Mishandles it as Omaha will take back control. Erstad. Up ahead for Anzalone. Staying on side was Ross as Anzalone cuts into the corner. Stuff attempt there at the side. Rebound scored. Taylor Ross finding the rebound. Able to put another one by Foster. Makes it 4-0, and we'll get a goaltending switch as well. The freshman Jacob Barr will now enter the crease for Mason City and see his first action of the weekend. And try and stop the bleeding now for Mason City here. Off the draw, Mason City controlling. Medlin across for Hansen. And then interference by Pink. A little too early there on the check. We'll give Mason City a power play to try and get back into the hockey game. A half step too early on that neutral zone hit will put Mason City back on the power play here with 7:45 left to go in the second period. Barr again will step in to take the face-off with Montiel Klein. Tied up on the draw, Omaha able to get on it and send it the length of the ice. Medlin all the way back to start the regroup for Mason City behind his own net. Pass to the blue line for Scott. Can't get around Mills, and a backhand goes back into the Mason City zone. Stretch pass to the far blue line for Rulo. Was behind the Omaha defense, but just rolled off his stick. Now Scott enters in. Shot by Rulo. I think that went wide. Samard might have got a piece of it. Medlin now walks in. He'll fire into the shin pads of Wynn. Rulo a try, goes wide. Back down low for Rulo. A try from behind the net on the bank, and it went in. Rulo able to bank it off the blocker of Samard. It finds its way into the back of the net. And Mason City able to capitalize on the power play. They make it 4-1 now. Tanner Rulo with the bank in from behind the net on the power play for Mason City. Gets them on the board, makes it 4-1. Bargain now at neutral ice, just chipping it in. D to D for Miller. Chipped into the Mason City zone. Luger first one to get there for the Mohawks. He'll play it for Hansen. Up the wall, can't get it out as Badura there to hold the line. Back into the corner. Newton there to push it in behind the net. Hansen first one to it for Mason City. Wrapped around for Rulo. Can't get it behind Badura. Sent back into the Mason City zone. Omaha will have to touch up as Luger plays it back out to center. Riley tied up there by Miller. Played back into the Mason City end. Hansen up the wall. Luger controlling it now, cuts to the middle. Protecting the puck, had it stolen from him by Sidoric. And now held in by Newton. Tipped on net, a bouncing puck. And Barr able to get back and make the save. Sidoric in the area trying to chip it behind him. Now Hansen will skate this one out himself. Across the red line and chipped in. Funny hop right out in front. But a couple of bodies tied up there. Now Omaha able to get across the red line and into the Mason City zone. Fired in and gloved down by Barr. Rebound was loose, poked free and in. Badura follows up with his second of the game. And he'll make it 5-1 Omaha here with 5.5 left to go in the second. It looked like Barr, I thought initially had the save and there wasn't going to be a rebound, but it just fell down to the ice and Badura just threw a stick at it in hopes it would go across the line before Barr got his glove on it. So Badura, his second of the game, regaining the 4-goal lead for the Junior Lancers. Parsons, a backhand, banks its way onto Barr. He'll get the glove on it and cover up for the whistle. 5:19 left to go in the second. Omaha out to a 5-1 lead. Sort of a script flip for this JV team for the Junior Lancers this weekend. Usually it's the Saturday game they come out flying, and Sunday is usually the more tighter checking affair. This one kind of reversed. Last night was the tight, close game and went to a shootout, and now Omaha well in control in this Sunday matchup. Played in behind the Mason City net, wrapped around Molstad, able to move it out. Parsons fanned on the dump attempt. Now Byer moves it into the Omaha end. Bounced over his stick. Stayed onside, though. Chipped out to center. All the way for Allred at the blue line. Looking for some help in the center. Played up the wall. Byer can't get it out. Off a glove of Molstad and chipped out to center. Thrown right back in. D to D for Medlin. Stretch pass, hopped over the stick of Lloyd, no tip on it, so icing called on Mason City. We'll head back down to their end. Anslone on the draw, just went right towards the net with it, went in behind. Erstad controls. Fight for it there at the half wall, taken over by Erstad. Wynn will just flip this one in deep. Glove down by Ross, bounced over a stick before he could get the shot off. Now Lloyd back the other way, works it around Wynn. Walking towards net, fires and scores! Zach Lloyd goes bar down on the rush. He makes it 5-2 with 3:53 left to go in the second period. A good shot there from Lloyd. Just beat Samard clean over the glove. And cuts the Omaha lead back down to 3. Off the draw, Yano able to make a move around the center and start back to the Mason City zone, but the Mohawks on it. Luger across for Hahn, just out of his reach, and Wynn will play it back in. Luger behind the net. Up for Hansen, he'll just flip it through the middle. Up for Lloyd again. Trying to work around Ish. Walled up as he turns around to play the puck. Now tied up there along the half wall. Luger able to hold it at the point. Throws it into the far corner. Race for it there, Wynn. Plays it behind the net for Ish. Held at the blue line by Luger again. Battle for it there at the top of the circle. Ish trying to work it free and does to center for Ross. Can't get around Barr again, but it's chipped into the Mason City zone. Played up the wall. Ross sealing it off there, but makes its way past him for Luger again. Chipped into the Omaha zone. Now back out to center-ish. Up for Erstad out of his reach. Mason City. Back the other way. Intercepted by Pink. Back into the Mohawk end. Weaving behind the defense. Backhand try. Nice save by Barr. Scrambling back. Able to keep it out of the net and get the whistle. And now we're going to have penalties after the play. We'll see what shakes out here and if anyone gets a power play. Looks like Pink's going to be going to the box for Omaha. And it looks like Lamar Barrigan to the box for Mason City as well. I believe we'll stay 5-on-5 here and get some coincidental penalties. Unless someone gets something extra. Very well could be possible. So it looks like from the discussion, I think Pink might have gotten an extra one. And they're moving the face-off all the way down to the Omaha end, which would suggest that it's a Mason City power play coming up, and that Pink got the extra rough after the scrum. Allred will go into the box to serve the extra 2. So it'll be a Mason City power play coming up with 2:36 left to go in the second period to try and bring this game back to within 2. And I believe because of the extra penalty assessed to Pink, that would be his 4th penalty of the game, which carries a game misconduct as well. So Pink's day will be done after getting his 4th penalty of the game. And there's only a minute and a half of penalty time on the clock. It should be 2 minutes, and now they got it fixed. So Mason City on the power play, and Omaha will be a defenseman short for the rest of the game as Pink's day is over. Omaha off the draw, able to chip it all the way down and out of the zone. Across for Faber. Now to the far side for Hansen into the Omaha end. Race for it there. Win first one to it. Hammers it off the wall out of the zone. Medlin back to retrieve. Works up the near side wall. Now cuts to the middle. Poke check from Badura. Didn't make it. Samar to save. Rebound off the back wall and then fired all the way down. Racing ahead is Rulo into the Omaha zone. Behind the defense. Shot on. Saved by Samard. Getting his own rebound. Rulo still with it. Fires. Another save. Samard. Rebound right out in front. Backhanded out of the zone by Mills. Bouncing puck. Montiel Klein able to knock his man off. Now picked up by Mills. Shorthanded chance now. Fires underneath the pad of Barr and stayed out. 43 seconds left to go in the Mason City power play. 1:19 left in the period. Miller and Scott on the draw. Tied up, then played into the Mason City corner where Hansen will collect. Being chased by Miller. Can't work it free, and Mason City still in control for Scott. Miller there getting in the way and slowing things down a bit. But Mason City still moving it into the Omaha end. Hahn now with it. Down low for Scott. Can't hang on to the puck, but Lloyd takes over there in the corner. Scott, stuff attempt at the far side. Can't get it on net. Now Ish will wrap it around. Luger holds it at the blue line. Throws it into the corner. Parker collects and will fire it all the way down as the penalty expires. Omaha back to full strength. Final 30 seconds. Newton keeps his man off the puck. Centered it out in front. Miller couldn't get there in time. Lloyd out for Hahn. Was behind him, able to knock it down. Now a battle for it at the blue line. Taken over by Miller. Punched ahead. Into the Mason City zone. Last chance here for Omaha. Blocker to side by Barr. Loose puck at the side of the net still. Goes in behind. Wrapped up the far side wall for Parker. Walks the blue line. Hesitates. Tried to get a last second shot off, but just too late. Both teams will head to the locker room after 2 periods of play. Omaha out in front with a 5-2 lead. We'll be back for third period action. You're watching Junior Lancer Hockey on the Omaha Hockey Network. Welcome back to Liberty First Credit Union Arena for start of the third period between your Omaha Junior Lancers and the Mason City Mohawks. Omaha up 5-2 as we enter the final period of play. Angelone's line will start things for the Junior Lancers as the third period is underway. Tied up at the red line, Ross was backhanded in. Thrown down low into the corner for Erstad, who just throws it behind the net. Yano with it there in the corner. Now moves up the wall. Barker couldn't hold the zone there. Now Angelone with it. Plays it in onside. Thrown in by Erstad. Now bouncing puck at the blue line. Angelone turns it back up ice. Knocked off the puck. Now picked up by Barr again. They'll fire it in wide of the net. Picked up here by Ish. Looking to start a regroup off the stick of Angelone. Scott couldn't get it on net. Good recovery there from Yano. And that pass intercepted. Back comes Angelone the other way. Working 1-on-3 here, trying to cut in wide. He'll be the first one into the corner. Centering feed off a skate and played out to the point. They should try there. Got blocked and out to center. Back into the neutral zone. Faber moves it deep into the Omaha corner. Parsons had trouble getting it off the wall that time. Now moves it up the near side for Knapp. Has Allred on the far side and hits him in stride. Fired, saved by Barr, loose puck rebound, and they score. Ryan Knapp burying the rebound. Gets his second of the game, and it's 6-2 Omaha. $13:20 left to go in the third period. Omaha up 6-2 off the rebound goal from Ryan Knapp. Played back for the Omaha defense. Badura to the far side looking for Allred on the rush again, able to move it behind the defense. Centering feed for Knapp. Backhand try. Looking for Parsons on the far post. Just couldn't find him. And then Mason City in offside, so we'll get another whistle and a face-off here in front of the Omaha bench. Off the draw, Allred comes in to pick up a loose puck. They'll start a regroup now for Knapp. Lost it in his skates and picked up by Bayer. Across the blue line and behind Wynn into the corner. Shielded up there is Wynn as he moves it up the wall. Shot in off a body and Parsons able to skate it out. Then plays it forward for Allred. Walking in. Throws one on net. Blocker saved by Barr. Rebound into the corner. Played up top. Badura has it funneled to him. Shot on, save. Rebound still loose. It's at the side of the net. It's in the back of the net, I think. It is in the back of the net. This should be a goal, and it is. We'll see who gets credit for it. I think it might have gone off the stick of Knapp. If so, that was his hat trick goal. 7-2 Omaha here with 12:25 left to go in the third period. We'll wait to get the official tally. The first one came off the stick of Knapp from Allred to make it 6-2. Sounds like Knapp just got the assist, so still stuck at 2 goals. We're still waiting for the point streak to update. Played back into the Omaha zone. Parker. And the delayed offside on Mason City will give us another face-off and a whistle. Cody Parsons getting credit for that last goal, just able to poke it in past the skate of Barr. Knapp getting credit for the assist. 7-2 Omaha here with 12 minutes left to go in the hockey game. Face-off controlled by Barr. Again, he'll enter the zone, taken from him by Parker. Up the wall is Mills, got walled up there. Puck goes in the zone. Shot from Coburg from a tough angle, gloved down there by Barr. Now Barr again comes up ice. Played back behind the Omaha net. Ish first one to it. Wraps it to the far side for Mills. Up for Coburg. Through the middle, intercepted by Barr again. Shot on, hit a body in front, never made its way to the net. Now Mills sidesteps a couple of hits, but lost control. Medlin now turning back up ice, will chip it off the glass into the Omaha zone. A couple of bodies will head off for a change. Now Scott avoids a couple of hits, but losing control for Parker. Chipped off the wall into the Mason City zone, but quickly played back out to center. Volstad gets around and then bumps it up ahead for Scott. Knocked out of the play. Centering feed, knocked down by Samard. Rebound moved out of trouble. Spinning away is Parker out of trouble there. Now he'll go back to the near side. Off a stick of Newton, still into the Omaha corner. Now just in front of Newton as it's going to bank all the way down to the Mason City zone. Icing called on Omaha here with 10:21 left to go in the third period. Face off on the near side here. Miller's going to step in and take it. Dropped back for Hansen. Left for Faber, but Hansen had to leave the zone. Played back in by Omaha, so it would have been onside as now Hansen regains control for Mason City. Trying to cut back in behind. We'll wrap it around the wall. Faber tried to move it out in front for Hayes, couldn't get there. Now Luger a try. Hit a body in front, never made it on net. Now went up ice, walled up there at the red line. Luger spins away and now starts up ice down that far side, but got sent right back into the corner. Hansen now will try the near side again for Luger. Knocked off the puck, sent right out in front, and goes through the crease. Now bodies colliding down low in the corner. Lloyd trying to turn and send it out of trouble and does. Now Badura collects. Dropped off for Wynn. Goes to Newton on this near side. Can't win a race and get it by Hansen as he moves it up ice. Intercepted by Erstad. Back in the Mason City zone, Erstad. Off his skate. Rebound scored. Yano Anzalone. Makes it 8-2 with 9:11 left to go in the third period. And that'll get the run clock going until Mason City can pull back within 6. Off the draw. Erstad able to collect and move it off the wall. Hansen in behind that will wrap it up and out of the zone. Ish collecting at the red line, just fires it right back in. Erstad will touch up and start back on the forecheck. They'll set up at a trap here to the far side for Barrigan. Knocked off by Ross. Played back up for Erstad. Walks in, tried to stick handle around the defense. Picked up there. Parker turns, tried to center one. Went through everyone and over to the wall. Now Yano trying to hold the zone, able to keep it in. Trying to chip it by. A couple of Mohawks can't do it. Now it's sent back up to the Omaha blue line. Rulo fires off the glove of Samard, able to scramble back and find the rebound and keep a glove on it. Eight minutes left to go in the hockey game. Omaha out to that 6-goal lead, up 8-2. Yano from Erstad, the latest goal, giving us this run clock. Off the draw, Mason City able to get a shot, but goes wide of the net. Now Allred chips it out to center. Here comes Knapp. Has Parsons streaking towards the net. Knapp fires off the side. Was looking for that hat trick on that opportunity. And then it's a shot. Looked like it had eyes for that corner, but hit a stick and goes over the net. Now played out by Faber. Allred will retreat all the way back behind his own net and will slow things up there. Dropped off for Parker. Spins away from pressure, then moves it up the wall for Allred. Lost it in his feet. Still protecting the puck, though. Now he'll try the near side. Around Bulin, but got tripped up, and a call coming up against Mason City. Bulin to the box, 2 minutes for tripping up Allred there as he entered the zone. And Omaha will get a power play here with 6:57 left to go in the third. Don't really know what the delay here is. Face-off controlled by Omaha. Mills. Down low looking for Coborg. He'll just move it across for Montiel Klein. Looking to set up a power play here. They're 2 for 2 so far in the game. And Hahn will just turn and fire that one all the way down ice. Sort of an abbreviated power play with this run clock. Played up ahead for Mills. Looking for Badura. Played back in behind the net. Cycled back down low for Mills, working in the corner with it. Centering feed for Coborg, but out of his reach, and Bargan will just turn and fire it all the way down ice. Collected by Coborg. Dishes it up for Mills. One hand, backhand on net. Kicked out by Barr. Loose at the side. Barr's able to find it and get a glove on it for the whistle. See how much time ticks off the Omaha power play here. Looks like there will be about 15 to 10 seconds left with the man advantage when the puck is finally dropped. That one sent all the way down. That'll do it for the Omaha power play. Now skated up by Parker. Chips it behind the defense, behind the Mason City net. Picked up there by Miller in front. Couldn't connect with anyone and sent out to center. Ish, headman for Sidoric, bounced off his stick, still onside. Scott walks in and fires, kicked out by Samard. Puck picked up by Newton, he'll head up ice. Pass for Sidoric, not much on it, and intercepted by Hansen. He'll turn and fire it in. Samard rebound into the corner. Taken over by Lloyd, trying to walk in. Loose puck there right in the high slot, taken over by Omaha and out of the zone. Lloyd, backhand, back in. Ish will pick up there. Chips off the glass looking for Newton. Goes behind him into the Mason City zone for Luger, but another penalty coming up on Mason City. It's going to be on Cooper Scott. 2 minutes interference. Puts Omaha back on the power play with 3:45 left to go in the game. Badura down low. And then fired all the way down. Taken over by Badura. Up for Anzalone. Mishandled it there at the red line and sent back for Badura. Gives it up for Yano again. It's around Luger now, making his way towards the net. Lost control of it. Sent back up the wall and out of the zone. Stretch pass hits Ross. He'll just dump in. I'm sure Samard was hoping he would try to take that coast to coast and get him an assist on that play. Nothing doing, though. Clearing attempt off a body, Mason City on it. Badura had to retreat and give up the zone. Across for Wynn. Gets behind the defense, walks in front. Shot, saved by Bars. Puck's still loose there at the side, but he's able to close the legs and stay on top of it for a whistle and another face-off. Yano doing his best to stay out of the scrum there. Being tackled by the linesman with his arms up, just saying, hey, I'm just trying to get out of here. I'm being a good boy. A big smile from him on his way back to the bench. Under 2 minutes left to play now in the hockey game. Backhand try. Kept out. Now Mason City back to full strength. Oh, big hit there by Faber on Knapp. Chip back out to center. Ish shuts down the rush there. Parker trying to play it up. Leaves it for Allred. He'll cut towards the net. Trying to find Knapp on that back side. And Parsons will turn and fire wide. Ish couldn't keep it in, then got tripped up. So a call coming up on Omaha. As Ish got his stick in the feet of Lloyd there as Lloyd was going in on a rush. So a power play coming up for Mason City here with 1:15 left to go in the hockey game. It looks like they're going to pull the goaltender for an extra attacker here as well. Might as well get some work on it with playoffs right around the corner. You never know what you might need to work on. Hansen down low. Scott has it in the corner. Circling around, drops it off for Hansen. Back down low for Hahn, looking in front, fires off the side of the net. Now Scott with it, tried to wrap around, but got denied at the post, and this one flipped off the glass all the way down. Coborg racing for it. Hansen's going to be the first one to it in the corner. Pulls it off the wall and starts to break out. Up ahead for Scott. Pokes free from him. Now Barrigan with it. Drops it off for Hahn. Shot never made it through. Now a race for it there at the point. Hansen, one hand sticks it in, then sent all the way down wide to the net. Knapp racing after it. Desperately trying to get that third goal. Unable to get it, but that'll do it for the hockey game. A dominant victory for the Junior Lancers in this one as they complete the weekend sweep over the Mason City Mohawks. Don't go anywhere. We got varsity action coming up next. Thank you for watching Junior Lancer Hockey.